Stark, we need a plan of attack. I have a plan. Attack.
Hi guys, Angreifer here, and this is a Marvel Future Revolutions video. In this video, I have a little puppy in my lap that does not want to chill. Number two, I wasn't really planning on doing a video today, but something just happened in the game, so I'm kind of just doing this right now, like spur of the moment. So this video probably won't be too long, but if any of you have ever watched my channel, which I'm assuming most of you haven't, you will come soon to find out that when I say this isn't going to be that long or I'll wrap up here, that is typically not the case. So basically what happened is I just beat the PvE. Like I just finished the last boss and now I want to go into PvP, so I'm going to have to rebuild my Storm in order to start PvP battles, and I had to build her a certain way in order to get past the final boss. So before I changed all that, I wanted to show like her stacks, show what, like I made one specific change, which I don't know if that's what made the difference or not, but you know, I'll show it anyway. And in fact, I know it made a difference. I don't know if it made the difference, but I've already done, I don't know even when I'm gonna release this video. I might, okay, then this might be a triple upload day because I might put out all three of these videos on the same day because the global launch of the game is on Wednesday. These videos are gonna go up Tuesday. This one might go up as well. So regardless, that's not important for you. I'm talking logistics in the video. You don't care. So in any case, before we get into my build and how I built her to finish the last two bosses of the game and what I'm going to do to get her ready for PvP, I drop Marvel Future Revolutions videos every Tuesday and Thursday, DC Legends videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Red Shadow Legends videos weekly. So please like, please subscribe, and if you don't like it, hit subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into her kit. You finally calmed down. Thank you for that. I'm gonna go ahead and get into everything that I did for her build. And actually the thing that I changed that made the difference was the Omega card, or at least one of the differences. And yeah, this is also my coffee and cookie time, which is basically any time between 6 a.m. and 4 p.m. But, you know, bet. So now I'm gonna go into how she's built, and you can see enter the dark zone. I really want to get to the dark zone. I haven't done it before, so I'm going. Well, obviously I haven't. This is my first hero. So I'm gonna go into the dark zone and start farming there. But first, I'm gonna go through how she's built, and you can see here. One tip that I'll have to give off at the bat. In this game, and you'll see the red dot, pay attention to the red dot in the Omega cards. It gives you the option to auto-equip, which is great in the beginning. However, given what you want to do later on in the game with whatever hero you have, you need to pay more attention, and sometimes that red dot doesn't matter. So, for example, the reason why this red dot is here is because I made a change. I changed, and actually I just go to own cards to kind of show it. If you see here in the Avengers, I have this card has attack up, hit rate up, and then PvP damage increase. Awesome card. That's the card I'm going to put on now. However, before that card, I had that card on when I was going at PvE, but then I changed it for this one today before I went at it, and this is supervillain damage decreased by 0.29%, 0.29%. And the supervillain damage, it will increase by 7.3%. And then you have the shock damage, which I'm a big fan of shock damage, and I want all of my cards to have shock damage on them. Just have to hope for the rolls. But in this, it's like, okay, so I'm trying to reduce the damage I'm taking and increase the damage I'm giving against the supervillains, which are the super bosses. Now here is why that made a difference. The PvP damage that I have, that of course it only applies to PvP battles, and so that's why that card is going to go in now. Here, especially with those bosses, put it this way, you are not going to be able to stand up against those bosses and just, and you know what, let me go ahead and go, because I want to stay with her and show you her, but she also needs to do some stuff, so we just make sure we have something going on. Let's go ahead and go into the blitzes. I'll do 80 just because that's something I think I can still solo. And then just start battle, whatever. All right, so basically when you when you go up against those last two bosses, and this is just a kind of a tip, I guess, on how to beat the last two. That's what I'll title it anyway. It's just, you know, how to beat the final boss. This is what I went through. One, unless you've just wailed out to no end and your character's 1 million and you're not going to be able to withstand. You're not going to be able to go blow for blow with the bosses. So you're not going to be able to just stand there and just throw all your firepower at them. Actually, those kind of bosses stop in like Midgardia, and then you have to start adding a little bit of strategy to what you're doing in terms of just handling them all together. However, the strategy for these bosses, these last two, is hit and run. So it's basically, picture you're in a fight with a person who is 10 times your size. You can't go anywhere permanently, but if you're stuck in the octagon, for those of you who like MMA, if you're stuck in the boxing ring, for those of you who like boxing, for those of you who like the WWE, pick your event, pick your whatever in terms of a fight. And you're against somebody who's much bigger, you can't go blow for blow with them. That's what these supervillains are like. You're not going to be able to go blow for blow. And if you take a blow, they will most likely, if not always, one-shot you. It is one shot, you die. So the strategy there is, I'm going to hit you when I see an opening, and then I'm going to run the hell away while you do your little song and dance and whatever moves you want to do over there. And then when you're done and give me that little 1 second, 2 second window, I'm going to fly in as fast as I can, do some more damage, fly the hell away. So that was basically the approach that I had to take during the entirety of the boss fights. Now, and maybe this is where the card made the difference. Their defense isn't like stupid high. Now, granted, it took me, I want to say like around 20 minutes with that technique to beat them, maybe 15, but man, maybe even less. But like it wasn't as though I'm sitting there for hours just doing, you know, 2% damage, 2% damage, 2%. You're causing chunks of damage, at least I did with my Storm. You're causing chunks of damage, ultimate ability. You're causing chunks of damage. So things are progressing. You are moving along. You see it working. However, if you make the mistake, if you slip up and let them hit you, that's game over. Then you might as well just start over. And the time that I beat them, the last boss, Maestro, he hit me and I died. Like right at the end, he only had like 1 health bar left, and I was like, you gotta be kidding, but I had 1 revive left. And that's another thing, in case you don't know, but you'll figure out soon enough, during your boss fights, or those boss sequences, it's like you have a progression where you have like 9 tasks to complete. So you go through each piece where you talk to one and then fight some group of minions, and then you fight a mini boss, I guess is the best word for it. Then you fight some more minions, then a mini boss, then the boss. You only have like 1 revive in that little sequence of events, and I managed to save it all the way up until I was on the last health bar for Maestro. I wish I had recorded it, honestly, but I didn't think I was going to make it because I was just on a tram playing around, figuring out stuff, and I actually won, and I was like, oh damn, I should have recorded that. So to me, or for me, the technique that worked, unless you just wailed out and your character is so super powerful that you can one-shot them, you're not going to be able to stand up to them when they're fighting. You can't take hits. You can't go blow for blow. Sometimes they will miss and barely miss and knock your health down to like 15%. So as we come back to this after that whole very long-winded explanation, that is why I changed the card over. It gave me some more defense. So in case I did get clipped or something like that, I would go down to 15% health as opposed to dead. You know what I'm saying? So that did help there. Plus, I'm dealing more damage to them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do auto equip first, because this will show you that the auto equip wants me to put this card up. They want that there. I like the shot. I like the PvP damage increase. I do. I like the extra attack. I do. However, the stats that were from the other card were more beneficial for PvE content. Just that, plain and simple. Now, as I go through the rest of these cards trying to rebuild her, I don't like chill damage. We have super villain damage and villain damage here. Now, technically, if I'm in PvP, the person I'm fighting is a villain. But I don't think this is what that applies for. I think this is just the hordes and stuff. So I do want to replace this card with a PvP damage card. Yeah, this one, I believe, and I think in the sets, supervillain damage. So I had 2 supervillain damage cards that were running there. So that was nice to increase. Air to surface damage. So this is another card that I'm going to look to replace with a PvP damage card. Villain damage and defense pierce. Again, this is for hordes and stuff. So that's another one that I'm going to want to replace. PvP damage, I do want. Villain damage, decrease. I mean, I guess that's great. I really, and this is me being just too real. I do not know if villain damage applies to when you're in like PvP and that person's the villain. I'm like 99% sure that villain damage is just the horde you're gonna have to face as you're going through content, and then super villain damage is when you fight the boss. So 99% sure that's what it is. So that's there. So now as I go back into my own cards, I don't think I even have a card right now that's 4-star that would give me more PvP damage, but let's see. I say, oh, let's go ahead and, well, you have to wait for everybody to skip, which is just me and one other dude, but apparently he's AFK. So now as I go into the Omega cards, owned. So let's see, I have one other 4-star that, let's see, so that's PvP damage increase and shock damage. That's the one that's equipped right now, right? Yeah. The next one, this is PvP damage decrease and attack up. I kind of want that, despite the fact that it's a common card. It's giving me stats that I would like. This one is critical damage, damage pierce, PvP damage decrease. I want that as well. So I'm leaning towards removing, let's see, what are you? You're the super villain damage and the villain damage. That one might have to go. These, as I'm looking at them, they give you stamina recovery and they give you ultimate skill gauge recovery. I kind of don't want to break up that set because I like those set bonuses, and I kind of don't want to break that up until I have like everything set up. Albeit for this card, super villain damage is not doing me any favors at the moment. This one is just villain damage, super villain damage, and shield damage, which I don't like. So I'm going to replace that 10 card with its brother, its sister, critical damage, defense pierce, PvP damage decrease. What's this other one? This one, yeah, that was a super villain one that I used in the PvE. And then this one, PvP damage decrease and attack plus 4%. I am so tempted to put that attack plus 4%. I'm very, very tempted on doing that. Actually, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one in place of the other PvP card, or this other from set 10, as we claim victory. And now, of course, I have to go all the way back, so we will retry. Start battle, because I don't care who's with me. I can take it by myself. Chop, chop. Hello. Please. Let me have a sip of my coffee in the meantime. I only have one hand now because she has legitimately fallen asleep in the other hand. Back to the Omega cards. So, actually, did I... you know what? Let me do this real quick just so you guys can see. I don't know how in-depth you guys want to get into all of this stuff in terms of how you're going to manage your cards, etc., etc. And I really wish that they would give you a reason why they feel this one is better. I think it's just outright because of the attack percentage. I think everything is kind of based on attack percentage or the multipliers therein. So I'm going to equip this card very quickly just to give you a look at her stats when I was actually going at the boss. So these were all the stats that I basically had. Attack was right around 16,000. Defense was at 4 to 11,000. Let's say 11,000, and I was getting one shot. HP is right around 150, or let's say 130, 135. Again, I was getting one shot. Heavy recovery, good recovery, good stamina from what I've seen of the game. But right now, what I want to do, if at all possible, decrease my PvP damage, increase or damage received, increase the PvP damage I deliver, and then increase my crit rate, my dodge rate, and my crit damage. That's what I'm looking for. Defense pierce, sure. But that's what I'm mainly looking for is I want dodge rate, I want crit rate, crit damage, and hit rate too. Probably hit rate as well for when I'm running into those Spider-Men who can be a pain. They are real PvP beasts if you build your Spider-Man correctly. So just a nod to that very quickly. All right, so here we go. Back to the Omega cards. We auto-equip to get the attack percentage up card. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to owned cards. put in the crit damage will be up, defense pierce we like, PvP damage decrease we do like. If I equip this, I won't get that extra 1.5%, but I want to keep the stats from the set that I do have. So I'm going to go ahead and equip this. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and equip that one. Oh, here comes that boss. Skip. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, and that's what's going to be happening going forward as I'm trying to find all these other cards and whatnot, is that I'm going to be focusing on taking the cards from Storm to Captain America that are PvE friendly, so Captain America can go and get to the PvE content. Whatever PvP cards I get, I'm gonna go ahead and put them on Storm and just slowly but surely like just build her to be a PvP beast. And in fact, as I'm thinking about it, since that was what I just said, my stated goal, let me just double check these own cards one more time, because here, honestly, I'm just gonna use that as food. Villain damage, I'm about to go put that on my Captain America. And this one, I'm about to go put this on my Captain America now. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them in storage, just so I don't have to look at these red dots anymore. Card storage. Oh, I can't do card storage while I'm in the middle of a blitz. Somebody hurry up and kill this dude. Ultimate ability. Boom. Go ahead and do that. Come on, somebody. Anybody. Storm's supposed to be better than this. Come on, let's take this guy out. Chop, 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 chop. I guess that super villain damage thing would probably be useful right now, right? Maybe. Ugh. Said this video wasn't gonna be long, it's already running into 18 minutes. Alright. Chop chop, we got 1 health bar to go. Almost there. 1 health bar. Come on now. Come on now. Taking your time. We're almost there. I thought that she would have been finished with him by now. All right, cool. So now we can go ahead and get the hell up out of Blitz. All right, so let's skip all that noise. Exit. I don't think Spider-Man was even alive for that. All right, so we exit out of that. We're gonna put these cards in the card storage, and then I'm gonna shift over to my Captain America, see if he has anything that's beneficial that's a 4-star. So squad, card storage. So we're gonna go ahead and take, oh, is it locked so I can't quote unquote take it away? I'm gonna take it away. Unlock. Unlock. So we're gonna go ahead and plop you into storage and put you on my Captain America. America! All right, so let's go ahead and do this. I'm drinking way too much coffee as per usual. Okay, let's go ahead and go cap. And then go ahead and call it a video. This is all, I'm doing all this stuff now like in front of you guys, but this is stuff that as soon as the camera's off, I'm doing it anyway. So it's like, I might as well record it, just show you guys what I'm doing, right? If you guys are bored, then I'm sure the guys who are bored aren't hearing this message right now. They've already left. So now we'll go to squad card storage. We will pull these out, retrieve. Now I'm gonna go into caps, and this is the thing I have to be careful of as well, because now Storm stats are still going to be on those cards. Storm's exclusive stats. If you don't know what I mean, I have an Omega card video where I explain that stuff. So go over there and check it out. I'm gonna go over to Cap, Omega cards. He does not have any like full sets, so that's okay. I'm gonna auto equip some of this stuff. So there we go. These are both cards that are going to, and as you see, like Storm's shock damage is still on that card. So not optimal. It's gonna get changed, but I do want that super villain damage, and I do want the super villain damage decrease. Here, there's a common card with attack percentage. I could have put the other common card on there from Storm. Super villain damage, that's what we want. Captain America PvP damage decrease. So I would love to have that PvP decrease card on my Storm, but guess what? If I move the card, it's gonna still be for Captain America, so that PvP damage increase does not matter for us. See, chill damage is still there, doesn't matter. We just want the villain damage and the super villain damage to help him get through these waves. Here we have PvP damage decrease still just for Cap. Guard damage, okay, we see it. And then this is common, so yeah, PvP damage increase. Looks like Cap might be pretty strong in PvP. Own cards under Cap. Anything here worth, these are all common cards. And the thing about these common cards, what I'm about to do is I'm about to put them in storage because I am about to use these common cards as food for leveling up the cards on my Storm account. Yep. So card storage, here we go. You can go, and you can go, and that's equipped. And this one, it's a rare card, defense increase. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and store that for the time being as it's a 1-star. Maybe that'll complete a set, I'm not sure. Then I'm gonna pop on down to my Spider-Man just to check out his Omega cards real quick, pop back up to Storm, migrate everything over, see if there's anything beneficial there, and then I'll call it a video. So this short 12-minute video has now turned into 22 minutes. It'll be 30 minutes before it's all said and done. So, let's see. So we're gonna go here to your Omega cards. Is there anything owned here that I need to take away? Oh, wow. I don't know. That's not an oh wow moment. I apologize. Not an oh wow moment. A bunch of mediocre cards that I'm going to take and put towards my Storm. Let's go here to card storage. I'm not really seeing anything. Let's see. This is, yeah. So we're going to move all of these common 1-star cards over. Store. We're going to take this. You know what? I was going to try to preserve it and maybe put them on Spider-Man, but not even worth the hassle. Spider-Man is one-shotting people anyway. So, and this is another common card that's a 3-star, not equipped, super villain damage decrease. We can store that one because, again, I'm going to push the Captain America cards down as well. And along the way, hopefully I'll get better PvE cards. But at the moment, I need to build up my Storm, and if I have to combine some cards in order to do that to make other cards better, then that's what I'm gonna do. And so it's not about some things I'm trying to collect, but it's not strictly all about collecting stuff right now. Right now it's about getting through the content and building the strongest characters possible. And then once I feel kind of satisfied or that I'm at a good level, then I'll start collecting all the stuff. Like collecting all the stuff right now just isn't really going to be that helpful for me, in my opinion, as I'm trying to get through Dark Zone, as I'm trying to improve myself in PvP. Just build the stats where they are, take the best cards and put them there, and then find sets and stuff like that and let that come more organically as opposed to trying to force it. Or trying to like hold on to every single card and be like, well, maybe it's coming. Maybe not. Maybe it won't come for 6 months. You don't know. This is very RNG based when it comes down to what you're drawing these things, or what you're drawing when you draw these things. So you can hope and pray, but there's no guarantee that is going to happen. And in the meantime, you might have been able to progress in other areas or farm even more or farm more efficiently because you use the cards to build up others. That's my view though. So yeah, there is really nothing more for me to do but take these cards, combine a few of them, more than a few of them, to build up and hopefully maybe 5-star one of my rares. So I'm gonna cut the video there because we're already at 25 minutes and this was supposed to be short. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.